How's it going, guys? It's K Cars, and this video is kind of going to be a part 2 of the video I released a few weeks ago. It was called How to Wash and Seal Your Car Properly. So in part 2, I'm going to show you guys what I usually do after I wash the outside of the car, which is washing the engine bay, door jambs, trunk jam, and then detailing the inside of the car. Hope you guys enjoy the video. So whenever you open up the hood of the Challenger, you can see all this water is going to start dripping down onto the shaker and into parts of the engine. So that's pretty much the main reason that I detail the engine bay after I wash the car, is just so it doesn't leave like water spots all over the engine bay. Before I actually start wiping down the engine bay and detailing it, I'm going to go ahead and open up the trunk just so the water kind of drips off of it, just like it did with the hood. See, all that water is going to start coming off. Alright, so the next step after you open up the hood and the trunk, you actually don't want to open up the trunk all the way, or else all the water will just drip inside the trunk instead of like into the trunk jam. So you just want to open it up as much as you can without getting any water inside the trunk, and just leave it there for a few minutes while you're detailing the engine bay, just so all the water drips out before you actually start wiping down the trunk jam. So now let's go ahead and start detailing the actual engine bay. So basically what I do with this, I just have a simple microfiber towel right here. It really doesn't matter what kind of towel you use, but I like to use a microfiber towel just so it doesn't like scratch up any of the paint that's inside the engine bay, like right here, right here, everything else that's paint. But it really won't hurt the shaker if you just use like a regular towel with it. So let's go ahead and start wiping down the engine bay. Okay, so what I like to do, I just like to start right here and just work my way back. So I like to get like the excess water that fell through the hood, and there was one place I saw like the excess H2O garden gloss that fell in here too, so I'm going to wipe that off as well. And if you have a Dodge Challenger or Charger, probably you'll know that after you're done cleaning your car, or if you went through a car wash, or if it started raining, you know a bunch of water likes to get in right here into this crack. So make sure you get deep in there. And you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, because normally people aren't going to see your engine bay, but it's just nice to have it clean whenever you do show people. And this plastic, like, I mean, it really doesn't matter, it's just plastic. It's not paint, so it's not going to scratch up. But if you're using a microfiber, you really don't have to worry about scratching anything. And you can see there's some dust build up right in here, so I'm just going to try to get that too. Never even used that, just completely full pretty much. So like I said, on the other side, you want to make sure to get deep into this crack and get the puddle of water out of there. You also want to make sure to get under the hood latch right here. I just try to wipe off the dust that's on there too. Then just go back, make sure you got all the spots here. I kind of missed some dust that's right over here, but not a big deal. Okay, and I already did it on this side a little bit, but you want to wipe down this part, because I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but there's like little water spots along this little part, so you want to get that really well too. And if you saw right here, there was some H2O garden gloss that fell in the engine too. So just wipe off this. This part's usually pretty dusty. All right, wipe off this little shock thing. Let's go to the other side and do the same exact thing right here. Now here you have a little bit more room to like go deeper into the engine bay, so I'll do that after I'm done wiping off this part. Wipe off the dust from here, and then you can go down as far as you want, really. Wipe off the fuse box. Then I do have an oil catch can in chrome, so I like to keep that pretty clean too. It looks good in chrome. If you guys want to see my unboxing and install tutorial on this catch can, make sure to check that out. It's on my channel. Probably installed this like over a year ago, so you'll have to look back a while. The whole install was pretty easy. The only hard part was actually screwing in the screw that's way down there. It was really hard to get to. Okay, so once you got all that, next thing I like to do is to wipe off the shaker and like the rubber part around it. So make sure you're getting like inside here, because a lot of water likes to go into there. And the little, like the outside of this rubber piece, it gets pretty dirty. So there we go. And then just like inside here. Whenever I installed this catch can right here, I had to take the shaker off, and whenever I did, the inside of it was so dirty. It had like bugs and stuff inside there, like dead bugs from driving. So yeah, after this, just gonna go ahead right here, wipe off this part. There's some water in here still that I missed. And right there, I don't know if you can see, but that's my unlocked PCM that I got installed from OST Dyno when I got the headers installed. You want to reach all the way out there, then go to the other side. So whenever I'm doing this, I like to lean out, but I like to put my hand right on here because I know it's a metal part, so it's not going to break. If I were to put my hand like right here, that's just plastic, or like anywhere else. That's why I like to lean right here. Get all the way down there. Okay, next thing is the actual hood itself. I'm going to start at the top right here. I really don't know what these little stickers are for, but they keep coming off. Looks like it kind of comes down right there. But yeah, just something I've noticed. And whenever you're wiping this little piece off, kind of go easy on it because it is just stuck on there pretty loosely. There's that same sticker on the other side. And now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the inside of the shaker part. You can see the shaker sticker right there. Just get that nice and dry. Then you want to continue down. You want to get down in here. I'm gonna lean on the shaker. That's probably okay. To get all the way in the middle. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much common sense, all of this stuff, but figured I'd make a video for you guys to watch. And for that person that commented, I'll actually see if I can find who made that comment. So this is that video I was talking about, part 1 of this. This video is part 2. This one's how to wash and seal a car properly. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to go watch that. But let's see who commented. Alright, B-Man Hemi Forever. He said, dude, love how you edit and shoot your videos. Definitely do a video of how you clean your engine bay. So, B-Man Hemi Forever, this video is for you. Hope you enjoy it. So yeah, let's go to the other side and get this part now. Yeah, that's basically all there is to it. If your car is pretty new, you won't have to actually like clean the engine bay, just dry it off. Pretty much what I'm doing. There is some dust here and there, but if you wipe it off after each like wash, you won't have to worry about actually cleaning it. Just make sure you do a good job every time. Don't miss any spots. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Now let's go ahead and do the trunk. So when you get done wiping down the engine bay, I like to just keep it open like this, just so it keeps drying out. And now let's go ahead and go to the trunk and wipe off the trunk jam. As you can see, the water has stopped dripping down from the trunk, so when I lift it up more, you'll see it'll keep dripping down a little bit more. Not much, but you can see right there it just dripped off. You can see it's kind of dripping off right there. So all that is going inside the trunk right now. That's why I kind of left it a little bit shut, like down here, so all the water wouldn't go into the trunk. But now it's basically all dripped off, so I'm gonna go ahead and start wiping off the trunk jam. As you can see, this white stuff, that's actually the H2O garden gloss that kind of got into the trunk. Gonna have to wipe all that off, and if you don't wipe this stuff off, it leaves really bad watermarks, especially on the plastic part. So that's basically why I like to wipe it off. So I'm just going to be using the same microfiber cloth that I used for the engine bay. You can use a new one if you want, but this one isn't too wet yet. If it does get too wet, I'll go get a new one. But yeah, pretty much you already saw me wiping down this part, but I actually do like to start from the top. The reason for that is because if you start at the bottom and then you start wiping down the top, it'll just drip down to the part that you already wiped off, so you're going to have to do more work. So that's why. And it usually drips off from like right here, these corners, so I like to wipe those off first so it doesn't drip anymore. So it doesn't drip inside the trunk right there. Get these two corners on the other side. And you want to get under the spoiler right here. And there you can see some more H2O garden gloss right there. I think I'm actually going to get a new microfiber towel and just keep going where I left off. Now I'm going to do this little side part and go into here. Actually, I probably just should have finished up the whole trunk before I went down there. So I'm just going to keep doing right here. And you want to make sure to get all the way under and then go up from behind like that, because there usually is some water on the other side that you can't really see from here. Do the same thing all the way through. Wipe off the little hydraulic thing. So yeah, that's basically the whole trunk. Now I'm gonna wipe off the little window right here because there's always water that dripped down from the trunk in there. Then you want to wipe off right over here. Yeah, like I said, this stuff is self-explanatory and common sense, but I just wanted to make a video for you guys. You want to wipe off this little rubber part right here as well. All these little cracks and stuff. Now most of the water builds up on this little black plastic part, and like I said, if you don't wipe it off, it will leave water spots. You can kind of already see the water spots right there. You probably actually can't see them on camera, but they are there. Make sure to get this rubber part like I said. And then you actually want to get under there too. Now get this whole plastic piece. Yeah, the trunk is pretty much the easiest part of this. I'm also going to get this other towel that I used to wipe off the body, because you probably saw some of this water that dripped off whenever I opened up the trunk. So just wipe this off really quick. Also get above the license plate right here, because this part barely ever gets dirty, but still. Alright, and one part I forgot to mention was that I'm actually also going to wipe off the diffuser right here. So I'll go get another microfiber towel and do that. So I don't know if you can see this on camera, but this whole bottom plastic piece is still wet. So same thing with the trunk. If you don't wipe this off, it's gonna leave water spots and it doesn't look good. I just realized I forgot to wipe this part off too. So yeah, gonna wipe off the exhaust tips as well. You can see they actually don't look too bad for being 3 years old. If you want to see how I wash the exhaust tips, make sure to watch part 1. Like I keep saying, I do use Adams Polishes all-purpose cleaner for that. I'm gonna get down here and wipe off the whole thing and make sure to get this plastic part really good. And if you guys want to see the install tutorial on the diffuser, that is also on my channel, probably about a year ago. Really wasn't too difficult to install it, but it was kind of hard to like reach up under there to get the screws in. That was the only difficult part. And you probably need 2 people. One person to hold it up and the other person to screw it in. So yeah, basically that's all there is to it. You just wiping it dry. Make sure you get all the spots. Gonna wipe off the exhaust tip again. Wipe off this little part too. So yeah, we have the engine bay, trunk jam, diffuser, and this little plastic bumper part and the exhaust tips. Next, I'm going to move on to the wheels. Alright, so when you're doing the wheels, make sure you get into all the cracks, like right there. I usually forget to wipe off that little spot right there. Same thing with the wheels. If you don't dry them off and wipe them off, you're probably going to have water spots and a bunch of like dirt, leftover dirt. I actually use the same thing to clean the wheels that I use to clean the exhaust tips, which is Adams Polishes all-purpose cleaner. I go over all that in part 1, which is called How to Wash and Seal a Car Properly. Yeah, go check that video out if you want to see how to clean some wheels. Make sure you get the center cap nice and the lug nuts. A lot of water likes to drip out of here. You can't get all of it because fingers are too skinny, so just do the best you can. I'll wipe off this little rock guard from ZL1 add-ons. Also, if you want to see an install video of that, it is near the time of the diffuser install, so you can check that out as well. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of the wheels. And keep in mind, while I'm doing the wheels, the hood and trunk are still open, just so it can keep drying. Then after that, I move on to the inside of the car, starting with the door jambs. The door jambs always have some water on them. Not sure if you can see any water on here. Maybe right here. You can probably see all that water that's right there. It's not really shown up too good on camera, but there is a lot of water in the door jambs, so I'll probably leave that for a separate video and also show you guys how I detail the inside of this car. It's really not that dirty, so it's not going to go too in depth, but also show you guys what I do. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave me some video suggestions. And as always, thanks for watching.